Hello, this is Ashley's Corner, and I want to talk about Kell Brook not knowing what the fuck to say out of his mouth. All right, I mean about everything about before when Earl Spence first called Kell Brook's name, all the way up to yesterday. I mean, I haven't seen nothing fresh today. That's why I say yesterday. Like, he's been talking outside of his ass. Him and his whole team contradicts themselves, or they just see the light after they say something stupid. The next week they'll say something totally different, or the next month, next couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, but let me start here. After the Triple G fight, after Kell Brook fought Triple G said that, he's not middleweight. That is not his weight. It's not middleweight. That's what Triple G said. Brook got offended, like he does all the time, and said that Triple G isn't a big puncher. Well, shit, he's not a big puncher. I felt like I was fighting a welterweight. It was welterweight punches. I mean, come on, yo, seriously. Be honest with yourself first, at least once. At least once, please be honest with yourself. All right, it was not a flurry of punches. It wasn't a bunch of punches that was directed towards his eye socket. It was one straight punch that broke his fucking eye. Okay, they put a piece of titanium in his eye or whatever. I don't know if y'all heard the extensive and very complicated surgery he had to go through to fix his eye and to put the titanium in his eye. But it was like, I think they like removed his jaw. They went up through his jaw and took his eye socket out, put the titanium in there, and fixed the eye socket, and then he put the eye back in. That's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to go on. He's talking about I'm strong like steel now, and I have titanium in my eye, bruh. For real. Humble yourself. Brook talks so damn cocky, and everybody allows him to do so. It's just ridiculous. He's unbeatable. You know what I mean? In the beginning, he didn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight Earl Spence. I mean, I haven't forgot. I know LDBC haven't forgot. But Kell Brook was ducking this man. Do y'all remember that? Kell Brook went to like 3 other fighters before fighting his mandatory, which is Earl Spence. He did not want to fight Earl Spence. He would have fought anybody else but Earl Spence. He did not want that to happen. He had a lot to say, kept discrediting this man. They still kind of discrediting this man, but Brookers have seen the light recently. You know what I mean? But he went from saying that, that Spence isn't worth it, basically. He's not worth fighting him. He's not good enough. He's not talented enough. He's not, he hasn't been around long enough to fight and beat Kell Brook. But now, then they went on to say it's a 50-50 fight. They still saying it's a 50-50 fight. I don't even know which one it is. I don't think they know which one it is. But why in the hell would he come from welterweight and go up into middleweight, and the first person he fight middleweight be Triple G? I know a lot of fighters can't hand pick their fighters. It's the whole team that has to do with that. That has to do with picking their next fight. The whole team was wrong by having him go up to middleweight, and the first person he fight was Triple G. Now, I made a video. My last video was about all the fights that Kell Brook fought in the UK. Okay. Now, if you look at his resume and you look at that video, ain't nowhere in the world he should have took a fight with Triple G. That's how you know that they just gassing this motherfucker. Like, I think, how a lot of boxers have like 40%, power, or they'll have, 20% speed training, and have another 40% of cardio, or whatever case may be. 40% of Kell Brook's workout on a daily basis is them gassing him up verbally. Like, I don't see what they talking about. The boy got punching power. I don't even, oh my gosh. And this shit with the food, oh my goodness. The boy talks about food all the time. He talks about, oh well, I'm a naturally big guy. I'm bigger than him. I'm bigger than everybody in welterweight division. And yeah, no, you're not. Only thing big on this man is his legs. Seriously, when you look at him standing up face to face with Earl Spence. Spence is a half an inch taller than him, and it shows. His reach is 3 inches longer, and it will show in the ring. I mean, he's not bigger. He's not. I don't see it. You know what I mean? His last time I seen the video. The last time they were around each other, I think was they both did their little workout outside or whatever. And Earl Spence after the workout was like, that motherfucker look big as hell. Like he looked like he's not gonna make weight. You know what I'm saying? You look fat. Like that's what basically what he's saying. You don't look 147. That's what Earl is saying. You know what I mean? But he's been fighting since 2004. 2004. If it's been hard for him to make weight, why have you been fighting at welterweight? I think Kell Brook isn't mentally tough. You know, that's why food and making weight is a big problem for him. He's been fighting since 2004. If you do the math, his first fight was in September, so it's almost been a whole 13 years that he's been fighting at welterweight. You know what I mean? Or around welterweight. The majority of his fights, I believe, has been at welterweight. So I don't understand how it's still hard for you to make weight after 13 years. I mean, really, bruh? Seriously? Now, I really just think he's not mentally strong, not mentally tough like that. You know, he said in the interview that he looked at food as being good or it's being nice and it tastes good, so I want to have it. I like the taste, you know. That sounds like a regular person. That's like a regular guy thinking and eating habits when it comes to food. Not an athlete. Athletes don't think like that when it comes to food. They know. They already know. It's not, I mean, you've been working to be at this point for your whole career. And that's another thing he said. It took him this long to get this far. Yeah, motherfuckers, it took you long enough. It really did. It really, really did. But this time he said, I'm looking at food as just being fuel for my workout, to just get through my workout. Duh, motherfucker. I knew that shit since I was in the 10th grade. Like, you ain't know that shit. You ain't had nobody told you that shit in your corner, none of your friends, nobody from school, none of your family. You didn't know that shit? Or did you just know it and just couldn't do it? You just like food that much. If you like food that much and you already knew this information, just couldn't do it, then you're just not mentally tough. That's all it is. It's a mental game, and your mental is not tough enough. Yeah, Earl Spence is a grown ass man. It's hard for him to make 147 too, but he damn sure don't talk about it. He damn sure not a cocky person, and he has a lot to be cocky about. I'm sorry. It's a lot of shit that he can say in a cocky way. It's a lot of things that he can talk about that he doesn't talk about. You know what I'm saying? He's a very humble, steady, and very, very sure of himself. It's almost damn near scary. I don't understand why anybody don't like Spence. That's why he has such a big following in Sheffield, which is Kell Brook's hometown. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, you're supposed to be a professional fighter for the last 13 years. You've been a professional fighter, and the whole time you're just starting to think like this in 2017. You're just doing this for Earl Spence. You just this and well, I can't even say for Earl Spence. They're gonna say I'm doing this. They're doing this because they had, of course, they went up to fight Triple G, but that's all their fault. I mean, it's like nobody told them dog, you came over here and got a welterweight belt, went back to the UK, fought 3 people, came back to America and fought Triple G in middleweight. Did anybody tell you or your whole team that you still got to fight people in welterweight division? You took the belt from America, you got to come back to America and fight some welterweights. That's just how it is, bruh. Sorry, I didn't know if you didn't know, but you should have knew. But with this food shit, he's just not mentally tough. He's not mentally strong, yo. Seriously. And he just did the behind the ropes. Man, this motherfucker was at like 3 different restaurants. That's like the first behind the scenes or behind the ropes I've ever seen when they just in the restaurant back to back to back. Well, really? Maybe this is why he has an eating problem. Maybe y'all need to, stop being so cheap and buy a chef for him that cooks healthy food, you know what I mean? But I just believe the man eats a lot. That's why he, claims he can, he's a naturally bigger. No, you just naturally eat a lot. Just like Spence said in about 2 or 3 different interviews, like it's easy for him to get up in the high 170s and 180, 190. It's nothing. All you need to do is eat, but it's still fat under that. It's still fat. You're still not as lean as you're supposed to be. Your stamina is still not where it's supposed to be. Your quickness is not where it's supposed to be. If you got a little fat on you and whatnot, and you're not 100, you're not 100 for the fight. You're not. It just is what it is. And if he is any bit overweight, he's not going to be, it's not going to be muscle. I'm not looking at this like this is going to be muscle. They keep saying he gained a lot of weight. He gained a lot. It's hard to take off weight. But it's really hard to take off muscle. But I doubt that's what's happening. It's hard for you to take the fat off that you gained when you fought Triple G, or just your wrong eating habits. But he's going to change his eating habits for Earl Spence, for the guy that wasn't good enough to fight in the first damn place. I don't think Kell knows what the hell to say out of his mouth. And it's because he knows the truth. He knows how he feels, but then he has his corner and everybody in his ear. So he doesn't really know what to say. And what the hell is up with the chocolate brownie? Seriously? Chocolate brownie, bruh. Just like him, he's, Spence is a grown man. He can eat food all day too. I mean, if you're talking about your fist being a chocolate brownie, and we're talking this is a fight, and you're just gonna be throwing them chocolate brownies, dog, your punches is not gonna matter. That's why Spence doesn't care that you're talking about some damn chocolate brownie. He doesn't care. That shit is weak. That's like if 2 girls was boxing and fighting, and the girl called her fist a chocolate brownie, it'll be cute. Like, she called her fist a chocolate. Bro, you a grown man telling another grown man, darker than you, I might add, about some damn chocolate brownie. Maybe I'm late to this, and he always says this during his fights, but hell, I don't know. I just know that it's weird as shit. But he's going to eat all of your punches. And I don't know if you know what that means, but that means your punches is not going to phase Earl Spence, especially if they're chocolate brownies. All right. But anyways, Spence going to eat that all day. If you even if he gets to hit Spence with it, it's not going to phase him that much as Spence shots is going to phase him. You know what I mean? They just keep talking about how hard it is to make weight, like it's anybody's fault but the team's fault, but the fighter's fault. Nobody told y'all to go up and weight, and you damn sure should have knew that you had to come back down and weight and fight people. And Kell Brook says Spence never felt power like his. All right, seriously, how the hell do you know he never felt power like yours? How do you know he never felt power like yours? That's why I'm glad Spence Jr. doesn't even talk like that. He don't talk reckless. He don't talk outside of his ass. He does not talk like that. He knows he don't know who the hell ever hit you in your lifetime. You know what I mean? He definitely can't say that he hasn't. That Spence definitely can't say that Brook felt power like his before, because he got hit with a fucking machete in his leg. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why I got, the UK fans like Spence a little bit more. Shit, they probably hate fucking Kell Brook. He got hit in the leg with a machete in his hometown and don't even know why the fuck it happened. But you see the percentages right there. Brook's KO percentage is 65%. Earl Spence KO percentage is 86%. All right, and most of Kell Brook's KOs came from TKOs. All right, but yeah, like who in the hell says shit like Kell Brook says he deserves to be the best in his division because he put himself through the gym. That's it. He thinks he should be the best because he put himself through the gym to make welterweight. Bruh, oh my gosh. I think Brook get way too much praise and way too much credit for doing regular shit. That is regular professional boxer shit. All right? It's nothing. That shit is not out the norm. Everybody trains hard to be the best in their division. Everybody puts themselves through it in the gym. That's a professional boxer. And what's crazy is that Kell Brook believes all of this gas and he believes all the hype, yo. And I think I know who the problem is in his corner. Oh my goodness, it's this guy. This guy right here is the problem. Dominic Ingle, definitely. All right, I've been thought he was the problem. He always saying dumb shit out of his mouth. But this one right here took the cake with him saying Brook won't be able to show his face around Sheffield if he loses on Saturday. Word? Why is that exactly? Why? I wonder why. Sheffield is supposed to be Kell Brook's hometown. He won't be able to show his face in his hometown if he loses to a great fighter. I mean, Dominic, he's the one that's disrespecting and underestimating Spence. And then he's saying all types of shit in Kell Brook's ear for him to be so confused and saying the shit that he's saying. Oh my goodness. And the last thing that I heard about Kell Brook saying that both of them might go down during this fight. It's a 50-50 fight, but we both might hit the floor. Nah, dog. You're the only one, you and your team is the only one saying that this is a 50-50 fight, because y'all deep down know that y'all resume sucks ass, okay? You'll never hear Spence saying that this is a 50-50 fight. He already knows it's man down, man. It's man down. Seriously. And recently, I just heard Dominique Ingle do a report saying that if Kell Brook sparred Floyd, he would do better than Earl Spence did. How the fuck do you figure that? And you got cocky ass Floyd. This motherfucker gonna say we offered a sparring session to Floyd. He didn't want to take it. You don't offer a sparring session to Floyd. Are you serious? He probably laughed at your dumb ass. Are you serious, yo? The only reason why Spence sparred Floyd is because his team asked him to call Spence to come on. He was invited. You got to be invited to his gym to spar Floyd Mayweather. He's not going to just spar bums. He got bums around his gym. He got great fighters around his gym too, but if he wanted to fight a bum, why the fuck would he accept an invitation from you? Get the fuck out of here, yo. I'm telling you, Dominic don't know what to say out of his motherfucking mouth, yo. He does not know what to say. He's underestimating the shit out of Spence. I don't even know. I don't know how else I can put this shit. You know what I mean? I don't know what to say. He's talking like Spence is the worst fighter in the world. Like he drives cabs for a living, and if he fights Kell Brook and beats Kell Brook in front of everybody in Sheffield, and Earl Spence drives cabs for a living, I can understand that. He ain't no real fighter. This motherfucker is a bum and all that other shit. But Earl Spence is a very good fighter, and Dominic Ingle was talking like he's the worst fighter he's ever seen. But that's all I had to say. I had to get this shit off my chest because I haven't been covering all of these topics. But I had to say what I had to say. This has been Ashley's Corner. Always like and subscribe to the page. Until next time.